Hello everyone, so today we're going to talk about what is most commonly known as Halloween. The way to actually pronounce it is Samhain. It is spelled Samhain. Some people pronounce it as Samhain, which is fine if you do, but the actual correct way to say it is Samhain or Samhain. Samhain is how it's also pronounced sometimes. Samhain is a Gaelic festival that marks the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the winter solstice, which is also the darker half of the year. It's also a time that spirits are thought to be able to return back to the earth. So this is a really monumental time to honor a time of both death and rebirth. The Celts refer to the wheel of the year, and that's divided into two halves, which is the dark half of the year and the light half of the year. That is defined by solstices, which represent nights that are either longer or shorter, and equinoxes that are where the days are equal. The day and night is equal. Samhain is a good time to look at the future, and the Celts believed that with the increased presence of spirits at this time, that fortune telling was made easier. So they would perform or practice rather many forms of divination during their festivals and rituals. Whenever they would have like fires and all their like activities that they were doing on the side, they would have a lot of people practicing all forms of divination and fortune telling. Some things that you can do to celebrate Samhain, take a nature walk is a good one. Whenever you do that during this time of the year, you see all the leaves changing, falling off and everything, which represents the death and rebirth stage. And it just shows change, old leaves falling off to make room for new leaves. And another thing you can do is talk to your ancestors. Since this is a time where the spirits are returned back to earth, you have a stronger communication, and that veil is very thin between the worlds. So you can communicate much easier with your ancestors or any of your spirit guides. This is a good time to reflect too on all aspects of your life. It's a really good time to do shadow work where you're bringing to light the more negative aspects of yourself in order to improve. It's a really good time to release old energy because all that's been stagnant in your life or anything that you don't like about yourself. It's a really good time to release that, like the leaves falling off the tree, old ones making room for new. You can do that with your habits too and everything about yourself. You can release anything that is not wanted or that shouldn't be there and make room for improvement on yourself. Another thing that you can do is light a candle. That's really good representation and symbol of bringing warmth into your house or your home in a time of darkness, where the whole season and the whole half of that year is supposed to be the darker year. That would bring warmth and light into your life during that time as well. Another thing you can do is have like a Samhain feast. It's the last harvest of the year, so that was a really good time to bring in all of your abundance and everything, and recognize that you've had for that whole year, and just be thankful and kind of shine light on what you want to bring in for your new year. So that's a little bit about Samhain. I hope that helps and maybe creates a little bit more understanding about it. If you have any questions, just send me a message.